What's up, YouTube? I'm Laura and you're watching Atomic Adventures and Reviews. And today, me and Mr. Atomic are on a new adventure. Yes, I'm dragging his ass out again. We're going to the Arizona-Utah border to explore. So anything's fair game. Vermilion Cliffs. I don't know what we're gonna do. Hopefully, yeah, Horseshoe Bend. Hopefully the Navajo Bridge. Grand Falls, aka Chocolate Falls, which is huge, is finally reopened after a year and a half almost. And so it's time to go see these things. School is back in session, kids are back in school. Hopefully there's not that many people compared to a few weeks ago. We are going to camp most of it. We bought a tent for the back of the truck. So we're going to camp on dispersed camping areas, BLM land. And, you know, the whole time we're up there camping, at least, we're going to be doing it apocalypse style, where we're going to be eating nothing but survival food. So we're going to be doing some reviews on the Prepper channel of basic, what's it called? It's ReadyWise survival food, emergency food bucket. You can get them for about $60 at Costco. And it's about a month's worth of food for one person in that bucket. So we're just gonna taste test a bunch of stuff. Basically, cook, add water, and eat. So that should be fun, right? Yeah. I hope it tastes good. We did bring that Mountain House skillet that I did not get to eat when I was on the mountain for the meteor shower. So we're gonna try that one too, and review that one for breakfast one morning. And then we haven't decided yet, because really we can do whatever we want. We may on the final night head over to Vegas for a night in Vegas so we can finally shower and actually sleep in a bed. We'll see, because we can do whatever we want. Vacation for 4 days. This should be interesting, so hang in there. Let's go have some fun. Flagstaff, Arizona area, and these mountains are cinder cones. So many hundreds or thousands of years ago, these used to be active cinder volcanoes. Look at all that cinder on that mountain right there. I mean, that's just unbelievable. So what people do, they come and recreate, is that a word? And they basically off-road in the cinders here. So it almost looks like, you know, a plains area, but then spotted from here to there are cinder cones. So I just thought I'd show you guys that real quick. So this is what it looks like headed out to Grand Falls. It's a washboard primitive road. Looks like there is some dispersed campers out here. So I'm assuming you can camp out here. I'll have to look into that. We're not going to camp here tonight, but way off in the distance, it looks like it goes on forever. I mean, it just, wow. This video is not going to do it justice, but it looks like it just goes on forever. And there's mountains off in the distance. I don't know what mountains those are. And it looks like we do have like a reddish color cinder cone over here. But this is what leads out to Grand Falls. So when I come back, we'll be at the waterfalls. Okay, so I'm headed to this little lookout here. Mr. Atomic's already headed that way, so I didn't want to be rude and interrupt somebody's viewing moment over there, but I want to show you guys this angle. The water is not gushing today, so after the monsoons last week, this was gushing. I mean, we're talking Grand Falls, okay? It's pretty grand to see, and you can see all the washed out mess down there that, you know, that it pulled down the falls. waterfall. But imagine this whole area just gushing, okay? So this is Grand Falls at its not grand moment, but still very beautiful and unique. And I just wanted to show this to you guys. This is super neat over here, the reddish rock.
Yeah, it goes off in this canyon over here.
Now it's kind of come up into the viewing area. So I'm sitting basically on the edge, letting you guys look down. But what's really neat is there's all these little viewing areas kind of sprinkled around over here. So you can go to different places and view it in different areas. When it is actually gushing and flowing, it's kind of, I'm sure, probably very neat to see it from all angles. But I really, really like this canyon that it goes down into here. That's pretty amazing. This waterfall right here is pretty to see. So if you want to see Grand Falls at its like peak moment after the monsoons have come, there are plenty of videos out there. I will come back again up here because I know that my daughters will want to see this. And then at that point, we'll choose a date that coincides with very quickly after a monsoon, so you guys can see the immense amount of water that comes through this area on the Navajo Nation. So that is Grand Falls, Arizona on the Navajo Nation. So I just noticed that there are caves down there. Pretty cool. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Oh, trip and fall down the falls. I'll be over there in a sec. But caves. That's pretty freaking cool. So we're about to go over to this lookout over here and then maybe down to this lookout over here. So I'll show you the angles from there. Okay, so I'm so glad we came to this lookout because this gives you a whole nother perspective, as Mr. Atomic says, on how the falls look, and you can imagine how they would look in their full glory when it's flowing in full force. It's almost like Arizona's Niagara Falls when it's in full force. So it's still very beautiful to see. I love the green and the red and the rocks down here. That's pretty amazing right there. Wow. Now, Mr. Atomic just pointed out something I didn't actually catch in the first view down this canyon here. If you look to the left, it's volcanic rock. And if you look to the right, it's red rock. Like it's two completely different geological anomalies. Yeah, good word. That is split by the, what is this called? The Little Colorado River? Yeah, really interesting. So this is the viewpoint further down at another lookout area. And this looks up to the first viewing area that we were at, and then the second viewing area that we were at, and then up in this little pavilion here is information about the falls. And there is a vault toilet here, so you can park, use the restroom. That's about all that's here, just so you know. There's no fee to get into this area, which I'm surprised that the Navajo Nation doesn't tap into that, because literally if they just simply paid $5 for parking or $5 for entrance, they could make some. There's a lot of people that come up here and look at this. So thank you to the Navajo Nation for giving us this beautiful piece of nature to see at no cost. Thank you for letting us see this land. You guys make sure that when you're in areas like this that you don't leave any trace, okay? Leave no trace. Whatever you pack in, you must pack out. And if you find trash, be a good person, pick it up, because we don't ever want the Navajo Nation to take something like this away from us. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed Grand Falls, and I'll pop in when we get to the next location. So a very interesting little bit of history here. You saw the clip that showed all the cinder cones off in the distance, right? Well, this area is actually home to more than 600 volcanoes that extend approximately 50 miles from the west to the east. And at one point, one of the cinder cones did erupt, and the lava flow entirely diverted the flow of the river and changed where it flowed. So this is really interesting to read about. It talks about the Navajo Nation and how they had to fight different cultures over years for their area, and they were nestled between 4 major mountains here. And so definitely interesting history to read about. And then this particular information board talks about the Navajo code talkers, which is an integral piece of our history. And if it wasn't for the Navajo code talkers, we would not have won the war. And I believe, are they all dead now? All the Navajo code talkers? I think they've all died now. There was like 1 or 2 alive a few years back, but I think they've all left us now. But definitely take the moment and read the information boards. So Beastie, Rob's truck lost a part on the way to the waterfalls, and I'm very happy to see that we have found it on the way back out, because when we were when we got to the falls, I hear this big uh-oh, and I was like, oh great. And I come back, he's like, we lost the something intake, blah blah blah, I don't know. And we're like, well, maybe we'll find it on the road. So keep that in mind, that on this washboard road, make sure everything's tightened up, all right? Just my 2 cents, but I might as well give you a little bit more of the scenery here. Sorry for the bumpiness, but it is a bumpy road here. It's a paved road, but it's just got a lot of bumps. But this is the beginning of the Vermilion Cliffs. I just wanted to give you guys a little shot of this from the car. God, that's bumpy. I do really like this section. This one's really pretty. A little bit less bumpy here. Alright, we made it to Horseshoe Bend, and this is that famous scenic shot that everybody gets on Instagram and Facebook. Here we are. So we decided we're going to kayak this one day. I wonder if any man has ever stood on the edge of that other side. That's what I want to know. There's a little boat down there. Wow, all the colors of the water are so pretty. I wonder what the temperature is. I want to be in one of those kayaks out there.
No, yeah, they're kayaking.
Yeah. All right, time to get some selfies. Whew, okay, so I'm sweaty hot. It was worth it though, okay? What's 95 out right now? 97. It's a 1.5 mile hike out to Horseshoe Bend round trip, so about 3/4 mile each way. The way there is easy because it's downhill. The way back is a little harder because there's an incline and you have to go uphill. So when you're going uphill in that temperature, you really want to make sure you bring enough water, okay, because there's no water on the other end. There's nowhere to fill up. They tell you there's no shade, but there are 2 points where you can stop and there's a metal awning and with a bench, like, you know, really it's nice, and you can just sit there and kind of catch your breath, cool off. So we did pit stop there because of me. But it was so worth it. That is the most beautiful thing like ever. And just, I mean, you see pictures and you know it's real, but to find out that you don't even need filters to get those photos is what blew my mind. Because I always thought, oh, I'm sure it's beautiful, but they've got to have some filters of some kind on there, or they change the tone, they change, you know, the temperature of the photo, something like that. But no, you can get that amazing picture with no filters on your phone. So we're gonna catch our breath, have something to drink, and then we're gonna head into Page because I need some Tylenol PM. When I'm out in BLM land where it's super, super quiet, it's almost deafening, and I'm a person who needs white noise in order to sleep, and we may not have that, so I need to make sure that, oh, I'm all sweaty there. I think my makeup's all messed up. I need to make sure that I'm knocked out tonight. So we'll be back soon, all right? Okay, so we have decided to pit stop for the night. We are on the Utah side of the border, and we are at Lone Rock at Lake Powell in primitive camping on the beach. We were gonna do BLM land, but I really wanted to see Lone Rock. I mean, that's pretty cool. I want to swim out to this little island right here tomorrow morning, I think. Depends on how the water is. We'll see, I guess. So we're just waiting for the sun to go down. It's really, really pretty here. You know, it's white rock instead of red rock, really. So that's what's kind of cool. And then going down that way leads into Lake Powell. The only thing they have on the beach here is vault toilets, you know, every few feet. Back up by the entrance, there is one area of flushable toilets. And then they do have like beach showers there, so if you needed to shower off, you could shower off there. So I'm sure that's what we'll do in the morning after we're in the lake. But I think this is gonna be really cool to see tonight as the sun goes down. And I am looking forward to taking a walk on the beach with Mr. Atomic. And we realized that we didn't eat lunch today. We were so focused on the views that we just didn't eat. So tonight we're probably gonna have to cook up a lot of stuff. So it's quiet time between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. We may hear some generators off in the distance for the big rigs that are down there. But it should be pretty quiet, and the view of the stars should be freaking amazing. So I can't wait for tonight. Other than the birth of my kids and marrying Mr. Atomic, I think this is the most beautiful day I've ever experienced. So he's laughing. He's like, bullshit. So I think we can have a fire. We may have a fire. There is a fire pit, little like ring right there that we could use and make one if we brought wood. We may do that. So we'll see. But I just wanted to give you this really pretty view. So we'll see you later tonight. All right, guys, we're starting dinner right now. We're gonna do the pasta Alfredo. We're gonna check that out. It's supposed to be 4 servings. So I think between the 2 of us, we can finish it off. So we're heating up our water. The directions say to heat up 4 cups of water and then add the contents of the package, mix it up real good, cover it up, let it sit 15 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we are camped for the night, and we're going to continue this video for the Atomic Preppers channel. We realized as we were driving through the day that we didn't even think about lunch, so we didn't even eat lunch today. So right now we are about to make dinner. I'm just watching these people. They're pulling up at the last minute. Like, there's this huge beach, okay, you guys? Look at this huge, okay, huge. Hi, look at all that, okay? And these people are pulling up right next to us. Clearly people don't have any camping etiquette whatsoever here in Utah. But when you have this much space and you see somebody set up to camp, don't pull up next to them. It's rude. It really is rude, especially when you have all this space on the whole entire beach. I mean, a couple miles maybe of area. So anyway, we have our Ready Wise fettuccine Alfredo. pasta that we are cooking right now. It is just an add water and let it sit for 15 minutes type of a thing. So we're gonna taste test that today, and we'll be back in a minute when dinner is ready. All right, guys, so I just had an idea, and I think I'm gonna do this tonight. You see the little sandbar that's like right here in front of Lone Rock? I think after we eat tonight, when the sun has gone down, I think I'm gonna swim out there. I'm gonna put my phone in a Ziploc bag, roll it up, put it in another Ziploc bag so that I keep my phone dry. I'm gonna swim out to that sandbar, and then I'm gonna make a video out on the sandbar. And then I think I'm gonna look up at the stars because there's zero light pollution out here. I'm gonna be able to basically see the Milky Way. I don't know if that's something that can be caught on an iPhone or not, but I'm sure gonna try. So I think Mr. Tomic should come with me out to that sandbar. He says no, but I think he should. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think that's gonna be fun. So I think that's tonight's plan, and then some stargazing. Our water is almost boiled, and then we will be back in just a few to show you what our dinner looks like.
It smells good.
It does smell good. When we opened the package, it kind of smelled like stinky feet. I assume that's the cheese part of it that they add in, the Alfredo part. But it kind of just looks like noodle mush or noodle soup, kind of in a way. Is that your second bite?
Mm-mm.
No, your first bite?
It's not bad.
Is it? How does it taste? Is it soft?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. So he thinks it tastes good. I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's see. I'm gonna flip the camera. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna give this a shot. We're gonna taste this. Oh, it's almost I had it tipped. It almost spilled on me. That would have been bad. Hot. Okay, I had one hard noodle, but it wasn't bad. There's a familiar flavor to it. Like I taste the cheese in it. I can understand the stinky feet smell now, because the taste the taste matches up with the stinky feet smell. I mean, but it doesn't taste bad. That's what's so weird. I don't know why I'm describing it this way, but it's not bad. How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being best.
3.
3? Okay, so middle of the road. I would say so too, middle of the road. I would say in line with the pastaronis that you could get, or the, is it Knorr pasta sides? Yeah, I would say it's in line with that pretty much. So if you've eaten one of those, you'd probably like this. So tomorrow morning we're gonna go back into the Mountain House choices, because when I was on Saddle Mountain the other night with a meteor shower, I did not make my breakfast. So we are gonna use that one tomorrow morning for our breakfast. It's a breakfast skillet with eggs and potatoes and cheese and all that kind of stuff in it. So we're gonna eat that for breakfast. But yeah, I would agree, 3 out of 5. Okay, 3 out of 5 for this one. All right, so tomorrow morning we'll see how Mountain House breakfast is. So here is our tent set up for the night. I just thought I'd show you guys while we still had light in the day. This is our very first truck tent. We've never had one before, and the first time putting it together. I'm sure we're missing something. Like, we didn't put the rain fly on, and we just assumed where things go. So I'm assuming that we have it done right. But as you can see inside the tent here, we have an air mattress. We only have a twin. I told him I didn't think 2 twins would fit in here, but he thought it would. And it doesn't, but we'll make it through the night. We'll be fine. And then tomorrow we're gonna go back into Page to Walmart and get a full size to go in the back of the truck. But we have our supplies in here with us that need to stay cooler, our bags, our pillows, and we've got it unzipped so the air flows for now. But we do have this view for tonight. And then I think what we'll do is right before we go to sleep, we're going to turn the truck around so that the sun doesn't come in and just like bear down on us first thing in the morning. But look at how gorgeous this is. The shading in the back on those, what are those, table mesas? Are those what those are out there? What are those big ones? I don't know.
Rock formations.
Yeah, rock formations. You can see off in the distance, not the white ones here, but farther back in the reddish area. I don't know, I can't think of what those are called right now. But look at the light and how that's playing on Lone Rock right now and how pretty it is out here. So we are gonna head down this little mountain here and out to the beach so that I can swim out to that sand island and make a video from out there. So I'll see you guys in just a few.
Drag my ass all the way out here for nothing.
Yeah, well, at least if you get to see the sunset, it'll be pretty. So my idea of swimming out to that sandbar isn't gonna work. Because when you get down to the water, imagine this sand, okay, this super thin, fine sand mixed with water. Like I thought I would go down at least to my ankles and then I'd be fine, right? But I nearly went like almost up to the top of my calf and almost lost one of my shoes. So I was like, okay, so if it's that deep of mud that you can sink down into, how am I going to be able to pull up out of the other side? You know what I mean? Without sinking down far because you're coming out of the water. So gravity pulls you down even more. And I said, maybe if I had the kayak or Lainey's paddleboard, I could get out there, but not a good idea to try and walk down and then swim. And it's really close, and it kind of sucks that I can't get over there. I'm really disappointed, but at least we have a pretty view here. So I'll take some photos for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the morning.